the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Taya has tasked me with removing a Cursebreakers brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail.
Are we gonna learn how to do it?
You survived, I know, but here as many die as recover.
I would actually like to know how she's doing that.
Risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows Herblord like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
Right. Then, do no harm. We're gonna start with that. So, we're going to Hawk's Cry Cliff, and then it's right over there. And this is actually... Oh, I know where this is. Ah, okay.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Raptors. Okay, then let's kill those. Good. Everybody did.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one.
And done
Enough to
with
keep the infirmary
that.
stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodrigue's mind at ease.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Not at all.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
I'd like to see how they're doing that, just to know how it goes.
But I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin.
Aha.
One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Yeah, I think he just needs experience and a little bit more self-confidence. And then he will be fine. So that was Do No Harm. That was quite quickly finished. And we're gonna make our way to the next one already, which is over here, the Weight of Command.
Do you have a moment, Sid?
Sure.
A team of Cursebreakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Oh,
Which team?
does it matter?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins.
Oh, goblins,
The
okay.
Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolus amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Well, if there are
Thank you,
goblins, there's
Sid.
probably a Gigas as
I'm
well.
sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
Right, the Weight of Command. Here we go. Right, so Northreach. Let's just go to the Dragon's Eyrie and then make our way west. And there they are.
Get me back on my feet. I'll tear those bastards' heads off.
Stay still, you damned fool.
Stay still, you damn fool.
I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Dorys sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I
Aha.
want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
The goblins may still be out there.
It doesn't
You have
matter.
duties to attend to here. See to the injured. I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough.
Alright.
And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet.
Okay, so over there. Yeah, I can see the Gigas already.
They're trying to get into the carriage.
Whoops. That's so funny. Whoops, I didn't see him coming. God dang it.
Let's try.
Farewell.
Yeah, sloppy fight, but then again, it's very early in the morning. I just couldn't sleep anymore, although I'm still quite tired, so yeah. That's why I made so many mistakes. But I'm not really afraid of a Gigas, and I actually switched something. I'm using the Berserker ring. This is why it looks different, the move after the perfect dodge. Just to see how it goes, and
Are there any more
yeah,
survivors?
it was quite cool.
Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Oh, they've given up
Perhaps.
already.
But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Dorys know we're expecting new arrivals.
Alright. So, again, we're going home.
Sid, welcome back. A Stolas from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself.
Oh, it's fine,
Or
don't
maybe
worry.
I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them, woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
Right. Done with the weight of command. So we have a lot of renown. We're gonna take a look if we get something. Ooh, the Breath of Fire once again. Rising Flames. Reduces Rising Flames cooldown time by 2 seconds. Okay. I'm not using it right now, so it doesn't really matter to me. Right then. So let's get some reward.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
So, safe passage, A candle in the night. Not long ago, I was accosted by footpads as I walked the gilded path and would have perished alone in the desert had not the Cursebreakers come to my aid. I owe them my life. May this token serve them well. From a traveling terpsichorean, I want to say? Dire Wolf Jess. Okay, let's take a look at that.
All yours.
And then at 350, so 30 more renown, and then we can unlock more patrons. Increases combo damage by 5%. Aha, okay. Alright then, so there's no more, well, there are no more side quests. We're gonna make our way over here. Bolts from the blue, we're gonna speak with Gav in the shelves about Torgal and his new ability and his, I wanna say, semi-priming. And actually we're gonna take a look at the 1,000 Tomes as well. Maybe we got some new information of some kind. So let's make our way over to the shelves.
Clive, where have you been? I've been
just some
wanting to ask you
side missions.
about Torgal. Where did you get him? Like, in the first place?
Don't even know.
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory.
Which is?
Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf.
Again.
An animal native to the far
Game of
northern
Thrones?
reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name
Fenrir.
was Fenrir.
Oh, cool.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Yeah.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva,
Yeah, obviously.
the girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound.
So it's actually Jill's.
One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers,
Awesome.
What?
just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable.
True, yeah.
He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right.
Right, yeah.
If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own.
Yeah, he had lightning,
His
not
latent
ice.
birthright as a frostwolf. It had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why,
Great.
the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Wait, what?
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you
So?
to introduce us so we can get to work.
Just talk to him.
I shan't be a moment.
Ah, sometime later. Now we can go down there and take a look at the workshop. Yeah, I'm curious to see what she's inventing. Or what she will be inventing.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
The stone looks quite heavy.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them.
So, oh, we're already here. Nice. Yeah, we're still
Now
gonna
that
talk
that's settled,
to Tomes in a
I
bit.
wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Oh, yeah, right. Kupka. Right, let's just talk to the people here.
Everything we need to begin work in earnest.
And work in earnest we shall. Thanks from before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
Okay, looks like we can't do anything yet here. Or here yet.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so this will come later. Yeah, I'm quite curious to see what we can do with this room. Alright then, so let's go to Tomes.
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeoneering.
Dungeoneering?
I wonder what she's going to dungeoneer next.
Let's go and ask her.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to Tomes once more. And wait, which way? Ah, yeah. And yeah, take a look. There should be something new about Torgal. And, well, Fenrir.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Yeah, it should only be a little bit, not as much. Oh, it's quite a lot, actually.
You wish to study the tomes?
Okay, this is more than I thought. So let's take a look at persons of interest. Of course, Torgal. Unleashed. Clive's faithful friend who is fiercely protective of him and his allies. However, it emerges that he is much more than a mere hound. He is a rare frost wolf, imbued with a sorcerer's strength that he is able to call upon to defend his allies in times of crisis. But can we tell him to perform any special moves, or... Actually, we're gonna take a look at that as soon as we are in the next fight, hopefully. Dorys, born and branded in Rosaria. Dorys now captains the Cursebreakers, directing their bearer liberating operations in concert with Cole, her second in command. While she is fiercely committed to the cause, she abhors violence and will only bloody her blade if circumstances demand it. Bernard, a man in demand. A carpenter who resides at Martha's Rest, whose speed and skill, together with the surrounding marsh water's deleterious effects on the planks and piles of the village's many bridges, keep his services in high demand. He was born and raised in Cressida, where his parents lie buried, and has recently engaged to be wed. Still don't know to whom. Right, lay of the land. Cressida, a village located deep within the wetlands of central Rosaria. It was once the site of an aqueduct that was hoped would carry water to the capital, Rosalith, but these plans never came to fruition due to both the Holy Empire's annexation of the duchy and a sudden influx of feral beasts displayed by the Blight's march south through the Dim. Now it lies abandoned, many of its residents having fled to nearby Martha's Rest. And mysteries of the realm, and this should be about Fenrir in just a bit, but first, brand removal. The painstaking process of slicing away the bearer brand so that no mark remains. Well, we still have a mark, it's like a burnt mark. Taya, the hideaway's physica, has mastered the procedure, though it still entails a good deal of pain and of risk. Indeed, the brand is written in poison ink that any attempt to remove it should result in death. Given this, many choose to forego the process, even though their brand precludes them from ever leaving the hideaway. And there he is, our Frost Wolf, a rare breed of wolf from the frozen northern territories that is said to be able to conjure magics. An ancient fable from the region prominently features a Frost Wolf by the name of Fenrir, who was companion to the Queen of the Snows, most likely an allusion to the dominant of Shiva, and defended her not with tooth and claw but with bolts of ice. Wait, I'm quite certain it wasn't ice. I'm quite certain it was lightning. Okay. But that's it.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Jawohl. So, right, we're making our way to Vivian.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
He has to be in the loot, right?
And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What's going on? What are we waiting for?
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
Why?
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Because he's Ifrit?
I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Looks like it.
have a guest.
Guest?
A
Who?
guest.
Joshua, right? My first guess? Yeah. Well, maybe no.
For your trouble. It was a pleasure.
Oh, our uncle.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
He's funny. Well, favorite uncle, I think he might be the only one, right? Meanwhile, Twinside, the Holy Empire of Sunbreak. Seat of the Imperial Court.
The Dalmekian government
Audience
sues
chamber,
for peace.
Imperial Palace.
How shall we respond?
It's a nice place.
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Dior doesn't look happy.
Let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments.
So why doesn't he?
The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Boah, what an asshole.
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmecs to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
Exactly.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
For a second there I thought of Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Again this flower. He had this in his hand before, and he was smelling it. But why? What is this?
prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
He doesn't even care that his son might die. He thinks Bahamut
is your wish, your
the
radiance.
strongest, but still, it's taxing
at once.
on his body. And using him too often, he will die at some point. God, I hate her. And him. Yeah, very well written, the story.
May Gregor forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Oh god, no. He's sacrificing his own son in a way? But then again, it's because of your actions.
Tales were true.
What tales? What did she tell you?
You disappoint me, Dion.
Was she just trying to put a wedge between father and son? Yeah, I think she wants him, her son, to be the Phoenix dominant and Bahamut dominant. Something like that.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here?
Yeah.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, let's talk to him.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Good
Through the
question.
good offices of young Sir Wade.
Ah, okay.
He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
Oh, thank you.
2,000?
It's not that much. I have over 100,000.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. to spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance.
It's too long.
The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it.
So they went
So what
through the
then
land.
was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velkroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Why mine? Why not your own?
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
Huh?
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velkroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way.
Sure.
As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
As long as you stay
I'd be glad
alive
for
and
company.
safe.
Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Oh, okay, we can talk to Vivian once more. Let's do this right away.
Ah, my favorite pupil.
Right, ask about Byron and then Mid.
Lord Byron Rosfield.
Of the 7 high houses, protector of Port Isolde. And your uncle, no less.
I heard tell.
He was an adventurous soul, and journeying alone to the secret lair of the villainous Cid, the outlaw, would certainly seem to give truth to such rumors. He will make a valuable ally and a generous one, I hope, and his connections among the nobility will surely prove useful.
Why?
Perhaps we will soon be inviting the heads of the remaining high houses to a grand soiree here in the hideaway. I must practice my steps. Alright, about Mid.
We met under curious circumstances.
I think it is fair to say it was during my time at the university. I had returned to my lecture hall to collect some notes and discovered Mid crouched under the lectern, sketching some design or other by candlelight. It transpired that she had fashioned a key and had been using my classroom as her own secret study, a place of quiet refuge from overzealous tutors and the like.
Naturally.
I insisted she leave, but Mid being Mid, she refused to take no for an answer, and before I knew it, I had not only allowed her to continue her late-night studies, but had agreed to take her on as a pupil into the bargain. Though I soon wished I hadn't, her refusal to defer to authority was no less evident in my lectures. Was this my reward for years of painstaking study, I wondered? To be teased and tormented by some oil-stained stripling who seemed to delight in my discomfort?
Still.
Our time together was not entirely disagreeable, not least because it was she who unearthed the plot against my life, and encouraged you to come and whisk me away to safety. And so I came to take refuge in your base of operations, just as she once did in mine.
Allow me to educate you.
So it's the same text again, so we're gonna start with this one. The Armistice. The Dalmacian Republic petitions the Holy Empire of some brag for an armistice, that their heretofore fruitless siege of Twinside might at least be ended. Emperor Sylvester, however, means to press the advantage gifted to him by Prince Olivier's artfulness, or so he has been led to believe. To this end, he orders his first son, Prince Dion, to make a funeral pyre of the retreating fist. And to Drake's Fang, Clive returns to the hideaway and tasks his hideaway allies with tracking down Kupka. With a little help from Uncle Byron, they deduce that the Veluders spirited him overland across the Velkroy Desert to his home in the heart of Drake's Fang. Clive and Byron give chase. Wait, but didn't he say we have to talk to the others? To say goodbye in a way, but there is no mark for that. I'm gonna take one last look at tomes. If there's nothing, we're just gonna continue from here.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Okay, just a little bit. We haven't learned that much, but okay. Alright, we're gonna start with Lay of the Land, Ash. Though slightly smaller than her sister to the west, the eastern continent of Valistia is markedly more altitudinous, her lightly wooded shores guarded on all sides by nigh unscalable cliffs. Having been ravaged by the Blight still more grievously than Storm, the Kingdom of Velud is now her sole remaining nation. Twinside, the former capital of the Crystalline Dominion. After a unilateral maneuver by the Holy Empire of Sunbreak in 873, it became the imperial capital. And Mysteries of the Realm. Astrologer, members of the Gregorian clergy who divine the future from the movements of the heavens. It has long been custom for the astrologers of the imperial court to share their auguries only with the emperor, granting them significant political influence, provided that the emperor of the day shares Sylvester's inclination to heed their advice. I heard this word before, but not quite sure how to pronounce it. The Einherjar, the flagship of the Veludan Navy, also known as the Black Galleon. Alongside the Royal Cavalry, it is the pride of Velud and is capable of swiftly delivering elite troops onto enemy soil to make war in the name of the mighty Odin. Wyvern Tail, the elegant white flower that is a symbol of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak. Okay, it's just a symbol. I thought it has some healing powers or anything. That would have been interesting as well.
Always welcome, Clive.
So that's it. So we're gonna talk to Otto, and then we're gonna make our way probably right to the desert.
A little help from sea.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head.
Well,
I won't risk any more than I have to.
But afterwards you can still destroy it right away.
The lands around the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalimil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalimil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
What? Why?
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Alrighty. So, it means we're going down to our uncle and then start our journey.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
And this time I actually bought some potions.
Let us away to adventure.
Just because I didn't have any anymore. And it wasn't that expensive, to be honest. I'll be going south first time. So, we're gonna make our way to the Velkroy Desert, northwestern Dalmatia. A vast arid sea of sand and stone that has been slowly consuming western Dalmatia since time immemorial.